appreciate y'all. You know, we had some little things going on. You know, trying to get some episodes recorded and making schedules work and life work out. But hey, we're back at it, y'all. We're live.
What?
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to everyone who viewed our video.
Yo.
We did have a video go viral,
crazy viral.
and it was like this, like a 5-second clip.
Fam, you know what? It's funny. So I watched AEW All Out. I loved. Is it all? No, I'm sorry. It was Double or Nothing. Not all.
Yeah.
Double or Nothing. And when Matt Jackson kicked John Moxley in the head with the explosive boot, dude, I lost it.
Those were Air Force Ones, right?
Was it Air Force? It may have been some Jordan ones. It may have been some Jordan ones.
Yeah.
I love the spot. A lot of y'all did not think it was a great spot. Matter of fact, we tagged it best spot ever because we really wanted to know, what do you guys think? And a lot of y'all were very vehement that it was not the best spot ever.
Oh,
I think it's in the running. It's
Hey.
at least in the running.
It was pretty dope.
And you know
Not
what's
gonna
funny? I think it's spawned a conversation. I'm not going to go too far into that, but I do want to get your opinion on this because I think it's so important for us to ask this question
Okay.
live.
Come at me.
When it comes to spots like that, do you think it's hurting the business, or do you think, you know what? I'm not going to dig into it. Do you think it hurt the business?
The explosive kick.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. I've never seen a super kick blow up in somebody's face. I thought that junk was dope.
Yeah.
When he kicked him in the face and it blew up, I had to look for a second. It was like you get that sideways like a dog does, and you kind of blink a couple times. Like, did I just really see that?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's pretty dope.
Yes.
And then I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, no, that's dope, man. He kicked him in the face and it blew up.
For real? When have you ever seen that?
Now, 100%, that's all I saw. I didn't see any context before or any context after of what happened.
Yeah.
I just saw the kick and it blew up in his face.
Well, you know what? In the context of the whole match, what's crazy about it is the whole Blackpool Combat Club comes out the Wild thing live, and apparently the actual band, you know, who wrote the song was playing.
Okay.
And so what's hilarious about it was the band played the song like 6 times. So, like, the first quarter of the match, they're just playing Wild Thing while these guys are having straight anarchy, hitting each other with trash cans, I don't know, whatever crazy stuff they had. It was insane. And you had Wild Thing playing the whole time, and you're like, you're really getting into it because it looked like something that was just pure anarchy.
Okay.
And so that was cool. And so that's the context of the match. And then, of course, it fits in the context. But
I think it's a great spot then.
Okay, cool. So the other side of that is this. A lot of y'all were like, this garbage, this kind of nonsense is hurting wrestling. I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is this. A lot of y'all are not remembering what your grandparents used to do. If you're a real deal wrestling fan, marks like us, your grandparents, and even maybe your parents, depending on how old you are, used to go to the Omnis, the National Guard armories.
I've been to the Omni.
Let's go. The little Civic Center shows. It was always a carny show.
Yep.
And now we're acting like wrestling has to be professional. And you don't do that stuff. It's killing the business. It's always been a carny show.
Oh, so breaking kayfabe didn't kill the business?
Oh.
I'm just saying, man.
You talking fat. Yo, listen, we can't. All right, man. What we got going on tonight? Because.
So, I like you had some points last time.
Yeah.
I make mental notes. I don't need a notebook.
Dang. You got me. Okay, I'm with you.
I got some points that I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
Let's start with Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. Whoa. Yeah, we got to cover that for sure.
I'll be honest with you. I really don't care about the first 90% of the show. Because to me, the best part of the show happened in the last 10 minutes.
Dang.
There was
Not
great.
even?
There was great matches. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There were great matches, and there was some great storytelling told. However, the hottest thing or the best storyline in wrestling right now was on the last match. The Bloodline. If you don't agree that the writing has gotten exponentially better in this storytelling of the Bloodline, as well as some of the smaller side stories, you're confused about what you're watching. Because if you go back 4 years into WWE, it was stupid. They actually have a compelling story that is the best story going in all of wrestling right now. There is nothing on TV wrestling that competes with the story of the Bloodline.
Yeah.
And I've said this on multiple lives. Right now, I still am not a fan of Roman Reigns.
Dang. Still?
I'm not.
Dang, what's it going to take, man? Shoot.
I don't think I'll ever be a fan of Roman Reigns.
Okay.
However, the story is immaculate.
The story is legit.
It is great. I want to watch to see what happened. When the Usos came out and they super kicked Solo, when Roman was watching, and then Roman gets up and he mushes Jimmy, and then he mushes Jay, and Jimmy kicked him in the face. That was Brock beating the Undertaker for me.
What?
I was sitting there going,
oh.
My mouth was open. Fat Kid drool was coming out of the side. A little piece of cake fell out. I'm just kidding, but I'm just saying. Like, I was surprised, like shocked, like that. Like, I wanted him to for so long. I wanted them to just revolt and beat him down. And when Jimmy super kicked him, oh man, I was like, yes!
Yeah, let's go.
More than Sami Uso and Kevin Owens winning the match.
Yeah.
Which was a great match. But it was overshadowed by Jimmy kicking Roman in the face.
Yeah.
Twice.
Well, bro.
And when he said, "You're my brother. I'm doing what you should have done a long time ago." Bow!
Yes.
I was like, we them ones. I want to buy a shirt now. Just to be a part of the Usos.
Well, yo, Jimmy, it's interesting because it flipped. Because it was always about Jay dragging Jimmy into it. And Jimmy was never down to begin with. And Jay always dragged Jimmy in, but then Jimmy's almost like, hey, listen, I'm stepping up. You don't have to keep doing this for me. So that was dope.
So, now, let's move into SmackDown.
Okay.
Because now you have to wait from Saturday all the way till Friday to see what happens.
Payoff, yeah.
And you have Roman comes out and he gets this new belt and it's universe acknowledge me. Whatever, dude. How about I acknowledge you with a forearm to the face? Again, I may get my butt whooped, and most likely I will, but he gonna know I was there.
Facts.
But I'm just saying. So then he's out there in this gloat fest, which is the main reason why I don't like him. But the Usos come out and they try to reason with him, like, dude, you're the reason why all this is happening. The crap going on in your head where you think you're like this god. And he tells you, I'm on god level now.
Yeah, come on,
No,
bro.
dude, you got 5 moves. You got a super punch, a spear, a forearm maybe, a shoulder block, a punch. You want to get out Jericho's 1,000 holds of Jericho?
Yes.
Like, you're going to repeat a bunch of them because you don't do nothing.
Facts.
So, like, how does that make you the greatest wrestler of all time? I'd rather have Ric Flair over you. And
All day.
Ric Flair had moves.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? And he told you, I'm the greatest athlete ever alive right now. I'm just saying. So, when they came out, the Usos came out and they were like, hey, this is the problem. You're the problem. Right? And then they said, "Come on, let's fix this. Let's go back to the way where it's us. Let's do this." And Solo came and stood on their side. Dude, something in the pit of my stomach said he's about to sell out. And Roman hugged him and fake crying and said no. And then Solo, Samoan spike, Jimmy. I was like, yeah. But then they ended the show with Paul Heyman asking, "What about Jimmy? Or what about Jay?" And Roman said Jay's going to do what Jay always does and fall in line. And then the show goes off the air. And then on Monday Night Raw, they had Paul Heyman again. And Paul Heyman says Jimmy's going to fall in line with his brother, Solo. Yeah. Not his twin brother. His brother Solo. Hey, what's up, Scott? What up, dude?
Hey, Scott, what's poppin', brother?
That's the dude from last time.
It's a man. Yeah.
So it's just like, man, this is intriguing television.
Facts.
I was thinking, so this is how my mind works, man. I'm working today, and I'm running over this in my head. Think about the ebb and flows of wrestling. This is pre-Attitude Era, when it's right about to pop off.
Yeah.
The storyline started getting intriguing, and it started going to this, like, something is about to just, like, I just feel it, like it's like ready, like there's just something that's about to birth and just boom into the because the storylines are getting better. It's more intriguing. There's things like it's one of the other things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's just feed into it since we're talking about it now. You've got the hottest guy in wrestling, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cannot deny it. And you put him in the ring with the hottest heel going right now, Dominic.
Yeah.
He is so over as a heel. He can't even use a microphone because people are screaming so loud.
I'm trying to think of who else really got that kind of.
I don't know somebody that they couldn't use a microphone.
I mean, I feel like at one point in time that was Miz, but I don't think it was Miz. I know at one point in time there was somebody out there who literally couldn't talk. It got booed that bad. But I'm forgetting. I mean, now Reigns got booed like that as a babyface, but not as a heel.
Yeah, but they booed him because he sucks.
Yeah, facts.
Dominic is like a good character.
Yo, Dominic's he's good in the ring. He's
and he plays that little Weasley dude that you just like. Dude, if I ever catch you, bro, I swear I'll cave your whole face in,
facts. Man. Knock his fronts out.
Oh, he plays that role so good, and he, mommy.
Yeah.
It makes you want to hit him even more,
dude. I am loving the relationship, man.
Oh, it's great,
dude. I'm loving it.
It is great, and the best part is they put out fake stories like him and mommy got married.
Nuh-uh.
There was a storyline going that they got married, and they both have separate relationships.
Yo.
That's how over that is.
Dude. So, all right. So we got to talk about it.
This is the trajectory. Now you have the hottest heel going against the hottest face. And that's the next series that's going to happen.
But we got to talk about the one factor in that whole equation, which is mommy gonna get some intergender action?
I think it's gonna be, again, dude, look, it's following how things built in the early 90s.
I mean, I feel like
you know who mommy is?
Go ahead.
Chyna 2.0.
Dude, I was just, bro, it was on the tip of my tongue. If you wasn't gonna say it, I was about to say it.
It's Chyna 2.0.
I believe that Rhea Ripley reasonably, legit, can do what Chyna did,
but better.
Amen. Absolutely.
But better. So
it's Triple H. He's finally getting his moment. Hey, man, I believe you. Hey, I wouldn't doubt if the game is orchestrating this because he sees it.
He lived it.
Exactly.
All he's doing is taking the storyline of the Monday Night Wars and just replaying it with the new people.
Bro, it's you don't have to do
It's like history. It's circular.
exactly. You don't have to do too much, bro. You do not have to do a whole lot for this. But I really want to know what's going to happen because mommy keeps jumping in the way. And I don't want to see some cheesy, let's bring this girl in. I don't want to see Trish Stratus. I don't want to see Tori Wilson come back.
What about
I don't want
Brandy?
to see Brandy come in. I love Brandy. Brandy has honestly gotten a lot of heat. But I think Brandy, at this point, here's the problem with Brandy. I love Brandy. I think the problem is she will take away from Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, King Booker and Charmel, money. Okay?
Wait, put some respect on his name. It's King
Oh, wait.
Booker.
King
Booker.
God. So my daughter last night, we were watching some old clips of King Booker. And, dude, she did the starry eyes, and it was perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. Yo, but yeah, I'm like, I don't want to see anybody come in and steal from what's happening with Cody. I want Cody to stay hot in the sun. Keep him in the spotlight. I feel like, if anything, if he just gives a crossroads to mommy, that would
elevate her, and that would elevate him.
Well, legit, because nobody's gonna get mad
No.
if he crossroads mommy. It's not gonna be like a domestic situation or something. It's not gonna be nothing crazy.
But then, do you put them in a segment? Do you
I
put them in a?
I don't think so. I think if anything, matter of fact, if Cody flips out and gets her locked in for the crossroads, okay, so he's like at that reverse DDT level, then Judgment Day rushes down and they all stomp him out. That's gonna be something that's like, oh snap! They were gonna pull the trigger. I think you do that, and then you build that up. Like TNA did that back in the day with Dixie Carter finally going through a table.
Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, Stephanie and Roman Reigns, so we could keep it WWE.
Yeah.
Finally, Roman Reigns spears Stephanie, and everybody went crazy. So I think we got to see something along those lines.
So, you bring up an interesting point,
Mm-hmm.
because if you look at what Tessa Blanchard.
Listen, dude. I thought Tessa Blanchard was going to come in and beat Jade Cargill. I thought Tessa Blanchard, as a matter of fact, I thought way back when Charlotte was running roughshod over the whole roster, the whole female roster, that Tessa was going to come in and take her. I thought when the man, Becky Lynch, was beating everybody, Tessa, I'm like, when are y'all going to pull the trigger on arguably the hottest female unsung hero ever? I mean, the hottest female wrestler who never came to be. Only time we saw WWE was Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
And I remember when she was Mae Young Classic, I was like, dang, that girl's got something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she had the look. She had the aggression. She could wrestle. And obviously the name. That's a money match with Charlotte all day. But then Tully Blanchard's got to deal with AEW, so I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Scott says no mixed gender is not best for business. No, Scott, I agree with you. Tessa Blanchard and Brian Cage didn't. I love the match. I love the story. But when she beat Brian Cage, I thought that weakened Brian Cage forever. And I think now he's still getting heat in AEW. I feel like no matter what, that's always followed him. It's kind of a stigma of, yeah, you're big, you're bad, you're mean, but dude, come on, bro. You got to be like Tessa Blanchard, right? To me, I could be wrong. I don't think we need mixed gender matches, but you can do a segment and tell a story where, like I said, Cody gets her locked in for the crossroads. And then, Stone Cold stunned China. Hey, you could do it.
Yeah. You don't have to have a program, but you can have a move.
Yeah.
I mean, they Mick Foley and the guys talked about it on. Shout out to Boots and Cats, man. He puts a lot of good content out there.
Yeah, legit.
And I was watching that one day on my lunch break, and they said there was a legit beef, and she was catching heat in the locker room because nobody wanted to be the first one to hit her.
Oh, China?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know she's better than China, bro. I'm just saying she's better than China.
Listen. Here's the thing, and
because she can wrestle.
Yeah, for real. Well, all due respect to China, God bless her. All due respect to China, aka Joni Laurer, God rest her soul.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with my man K Dog all day long. China was very much manufactured. She had a great look.
Yep.
She was believable, and that's why they put her in the ring with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Was she really as that good?
I can wrestle better than her, and I've never wrestled.
Dang, bro. I mean, I'm not going to take nothing away from her.
I'm
But
just saying.
I think that she got exposed in the business. Okay? I think she got exposed when she really went out there, made a bid for the Intercontinental title. It was good for what it was. But we can't say that. I mean, at the end, Stephanie McMahon's better than her. It is. Roman does it day on and day off. Hey man, I got mad love for Roman and the work that he's doing right now.
Yeah,
I think that he's off the chain and
he's garbage.
He's garbage. Hey, you know what? I was not a Roman Reigns fan.
We talked about that a little bit at the beginning of the live, yeah.
But two things. Number one, his heel work is the best stuff that he's ever done. Yeah. Number two, I got to represent for the hometown boy. Pensacola, Florida, okay? Very well known to be a hot wrestling town. Some of the biggest names, they still shout Pensacola out. You hear Hulk Hogan do an interview? We were in Pensacola, brother. I mean, Jimmy Hart, you name it. Everybody, Ric Flair, they all wrestled in Pensacola.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta show love to the hometown. He's a hometown boy, bro. I'm sorry, man. I gotta rock with him.
Okay.
Maybe you can, Scott. Hey, I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. Hey, I'll take a spear. All right. You come down to South Florida, I will take a spear, sir. You spear me through a table.
I'll film it.
Facts. Hey, let's get it on.
Let's make content.
Let's get it on.
So moving on with things that I wanted to talk about. There were 2 surprise returns recently by women. One, you spoke of Jade Cargill losing.
Dude, oh man, dude, we can't. Oh my gosh.
I know, I do want to talk about it. You don't
want to do that, bro. You don't want to do that on this segment. Oh my gosh.
Unpack that for me,
bro.
Because I know how I feel about it.
I'm really gonna try.
And let me put my 2 cents in.
Go ahead, bro.
Jade Cargill is from my hometown.
Okay.
So represent
from Vero Beach, Florida.
You're representing Pensacola.
Yeah.
I'm born and raised in Vero Beach, Florida.
Beach.
Jade Cargill's from Vero Beach, Florida. So I was like 60,000-0. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep winning.
Exactly.
So to see, I mean,
oh my gosh.
So this is like this is like the cattle prod and then the power bomb of Goldberg.
Oh my gosh, that's a great comparison.
So you've built this mystique up of this character, and then you just throw it away.
That's a great comparison.
Here you go.
Dude, yes. That's the exact feeling. Like when you said that, I went back there, and that's the exact feeling with Jade Cargill. Wow, that's good. That's good, dude.
And,
really good.
And I'll be honest, I didn't even see it. I saw the video that he posted.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, why?
Against, yo.
Why?
Chris who? Against Chris who? Chris Highlander?
Is that her name?
No. No.
I thought it was Statlander.
No, Chris Highlander.
I thought she was supposed to be an alien.
Chris Overlander. Yeah, bro. Her original gimmick was she was an alien from outer space. You know what I'm saying? Okay, dial it back. I love Chris Statlander. I love what she's doing as far as being a powerhouse female, because we don't have many of them in the business. Mm-hmm. She's along the same lines of that Rhea Ripley, Chyna, Beth Phoenix mold. Mm-hmm. So I get it.
I think she moves a little better than the bigger women.
She does.
She's kind of like Rhea Ripley. She can wrestle and can move better than those big muscular girls.
I agree with that. I like Chris Stat.
And just speaking on that, look at Dana Brooke. She's dialed back the size a lot.
Yeah.
Moving different. We'll speak on that because that's coming up.
Yes. I love Chris Stat, but here's my problem with Chris Stat winning that title. It's very simple. It's about the business, okay? And back in the day, they did good business. Mm-hmm. If Dusty Rhodes came to a territory, okay, mm-hmm. and he was hot in that territory, come on, bro. And Ric Flair wasn't as hot. I mean, he was hot everywhere, but still, Dusty Rhodes had his towns. Mm-hmm. Dusty took the title that night in that town. Period. That it was a no-brainer. Guys would go over in their town, they go down the road, and then, hey, you know what? We're going to get the title back because now we're in Tampa or now we're in Atlanta, whatever.
Ooh, you get me fired up because there's something to tie into that.
Facts.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is not good business.
No.
You're gonna drop a dominant champion. Listen, I would compare Jade Cargill at her level, at her stage, to Sasha Banks. Mm-hmm. We have not seen a character like her. Just she looks like a star. Mm-hmm. She walks to the ring like a star. Mm-hmm. You put gold on her, and she looks like $1 million worth of new money.
Yes.
I mean, she just exudes. I mean, and she's new to the business.
Yep.
But she's like WrestleMania quality every night she comes out. Mm-hmm. I mean, new outfits, new hair. Mm-hmm. I mean, just everything. She's rocking it. She's got the body, the musculature. She's killing it, and she gets in the ring and she dominates. Now she's the best wrestler. She's new to the biz.
Yeah.
But what she lacks in that, she makes up for in just a full package character.
Yeah. And
then you get Chris Stat. Okay, I would have said this. If Taya Valkyrie beat her, because some people say, oh, she's going away for a while.
Okay.
Give it to Taya. Drop it on Taya. Taya has earned her stripes internationally. She's a big enough name to believably beat new Jade Cargill because Taya's a little bit more of a grizzled veteran. So I would say, hey, even still, it's kind of rough to see Jade lose, but to Taya, they had a good feud going. Even if Taya stole the win or she cheated and turned heel, who cares? I think Taya would have been a better choice. Okay? Hey, what's up with DMD? Put them on, or matter of fact, put it in Outcast. Something.
Yeah.
But Chris Stat coming back, number one, where was she? I don't know where she was at. I don't know if anybody cares where she was at.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but what were you out doing? Now, granted, she could have been injured. Okay, God help her. But you come back and so I was supposed to get it's not an Undertaker return. It's not a big, it wasn't like Saraya or Paige coming.
No.
It wasn't like nobody who were like, oh my gosh. Now, I was excited because I know who Chris Statlander is. Mm-hmm. But most people don't know who the heck that was.
I knew her by name.
It's Chris Statlander.
I was like, oh yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I know who that is.
Yeah, for real.
Ask me what one move she does.
What's one move Chris Statlander does?
I think she might punch something.
It's not to hate on Chris Stat. It's just, in this context, it don't make not one lick of sense. To use a country reference, it don't make not one lick of sense.
Yo, what up, Stream Plug?
Hey.
Who has been your favorite recent return?
Oh, let's go. Hey, what up? What's Dream Plug? Let's go. What you got, man?
My favorite recent return. So I was actually going to speak about this later, so I'm going to hold on answering that question because that's one of my points of talk that we're going to go through.
Yeah.
So I will speak on that, and it's not really a return like that, so to speak.
Interesting.
So another point I wanted to talk about, and you mentioned this, the hometown guy going over in his hometown. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm really, really trying super hard to get behind Melo, but I can't.
Dang.
The match they had at the pay-per-view.
NXT.
With and maybe it's just because I'm a Braun Breaker guy. I like him turning heel. I love it. I think it's a beautiful mix of his dad and his uncle.
Yeah.
I think it's the best parts of his uncle and the best parts of his dad.
Yeah.
But when I see him slow down in a match so that Melo can hit his spots, I cannot get behind Melo as champion. I cannot do it. As a wrestling fan, if he's faster than me to the point and I can't keep up with him, he should be the champion. And you should have to get better to take the strap off of him.
Whoa,
I'm just saying.
buddy. Whoa.
I'm just saying. That's my own thoughts on that. And I just can't get behind Melo. And I watched that match and Braun pulled off probably the best spear I've ever seen or heard.
That was nasty.
Granted, my man took it. Great. But I'm watching it and I'm going, they're going to put over Melo the whole time. I'm watching this match going, Melo's going over. And I'm just watching this body of work by Braun. And he, for most of the match, dude, he ragdolled him.
Bro, I think that presents an issue that I'm seeing specifically at AEW. And WWE does this from time to time. It's putting a strap on a guy or girl to try to legitimize them.
Not the guy making the strap making the guy.
Let's go. Exactly. When did we start doing that?
I don't know, but it's dumb. I wish they would stop. Because in all realities, there's nobody in NXT that should have that strap more than Braun Breaker.
But you know what? You know what they say.
There's nobody that can beat him.
But you know what management has been doing over several years in the wrestling business. They've been like, that guy doesn't need a strap. He's strong enough. His character work is good enough. That girl doesn't need a strap.
We talked about it, but that's why you put. And they finally listened to us. They finally listened to us. They put the women's tag teams on the two MMA girls and said, "Okay, now beat them." Why wouldn't you have that for the men too? There is nobody in NXT yet that can beat him in a straight up match. I'm sorry. If he's got to slow down so Melo can't doesn't miss, because if he didn't slow down on several spots, Melo would have missed. I'm sorry, bro, but your little jump kick off the ropes where you go backwards, he would have ran by you. He had to literally slow down so that you could hit your spot. Is that really your spot then, or is it his?
Fact. And back in the day, and this is the thing, and this is my critique of some of the stuff they're doing now. Guys are trying to get stuff in that just doesn't make sense.
No.
Back in the day, they wouldn't do every move on every opponent.
No, and that leaves the mystique to it.
Exactly.
So, if he pulls out that jump spear, that should be a finishing move.
Facts.
You shouldn't get up from that just because it's your hometown. I don't care. Because he did it to you 2 weeks ago, and for a week you came out with tape on your ribs, and you couldn't walk. But now all of a sudden you can wear that, and you can just get up and fight. And that's something that I've seen lately too, is they do these spots, and the guy, before the match, the guy's like, oh, you killed me.
Yeah.
And then he does it in the match, and he kills. Oh, that's only a 1 count. What?
Yeah. It's stuff that racks my brain because it's obviously new wrestling biz stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of the classic matches, you're a fan of classic WWE, classic wrestling in general, there's stuff that you see now that you're like, I'm sorry, I can't buy into it.
Yep.
Can't do it.
Okay, so that gets us through last week, kind of.
Yeah.
Now let's move into this week's wrestling stuff.
Okay, let's talk about it, man. Let's go.
I personally am really enjoying Kevin Owens.
Dude.
The
yes.
the fight Owens fight, like he don't even care, like he don't even want to talk anymore. I don't know. I don't want to talk to you. Let's just go fight.
I want to fight. I want to fight. I want to fight.
I love it. Like
bro.
Don't you know what, Gunther? I'm sure you're great, but I don't even want to hear it no more. Let's go in the ring and settle it in the ring.
Bro, to me, that got me hype. I wanted to see because number one, Kevin Owens and Gunther on paper man, that's premium live event material, right?
Yeah.
But just them giving it to us on Raw and even talking about it, I was like, man, it's hot. And then Kevin Owens making it hot because he's like, hey, I'm going to go out there and somebody's going to get there, you know what, get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see it.
I agree. So, and I apologize. I got to back up and touch something from the paper.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you saw this or not, if you watched NXT's pay-per-view.
No, you the NXT correspondent, bro.
Okay.
I didn't tune into it.
If you guys get a chance, watch the Last Man Standing match between Ilya Dragunov.
Hey, what up, Sogi Mike?
Hey! Big D'Agostino, baby. What's up, brother? Watch Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak in the Last Man Standing match. You will be like, Ilya Dragunov is just, there's something loose upstairs. My man, this is, and we all know, it's no surprise, Dijak hurts people, and he's very unsafe as a wrestler. Okay, we all know this. There was a spot in that match where Dragunov was in the ropes. Yo, thanks for the gift, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey,
my man was in the ropes, pinned up like this, right? And the spot was for Dijak to hit him in the stomach with the kendo stick multiple times. Okay? Dijak hit my man in the arms like 3 times. And you could see it like every time the dude started shaking because he's supposed to get hit here and he's getting hit here. Protection here, none here. At the end of the match, dude had black and blue welts where he got hit with the kendo stick in the arm because Dijak missed where he was supposed to hit him. Now, I'm going to throw another spot out there. Shane O'Mac, Coast to Coast. Yeah? You know it?
Bro, always. Oh, dude, that's classic.
Dijak's in the corner. My man takes the stairs and pins the stairs against him and Coast to Coast into the stairs.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you. Dude is legit. Like he said before the match, he goes, you've never met like someone like me. Pain makes you feel alive. What up, dog? Hey, bro, man, I miss you so much, man. I really do. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, and he doesn't know what I'm talking about, and no one else does except for me and you. I need some midget in my life. I need to see a midget video. I'm gonna have to fill him in later, but I do need to see a midget video sometime soon.
Oh man, he said midget. Oh, that's great.
Okay, so that was the one match that I really wanted to talk about too, because that dude is insane. That match was so great, like it put him so over.
Bro, legit.
Like, he got hit with everything and just kept getting back up.
I love that because there's always a place on the card for that.
Yeah.
There's always, there's something for everybody, and I think AEW has done well. I think they're going a little overboard with the hardcore stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you do it right and build the crowd, put it at the right spot on the card, it's very well accepted, and it's a welcome break from just your typical back and forth.
Yeah.
Nice. Kevin Owens and Gunther.
Gunther.
That was honestly my favorite match on Raw, even more so than Seth Rollins defending a World Heavyweight Championship. When I saw the shots they were giving each other, the German suplexes they traded. Dude, whoa!
That one at the end, I thought he broke Gunther's neck.
Dude, I was like, you know,
how about the Fisherman Buster?
Woo!
I was like, where is he getting this from? I love it. I love me some KO, dude. KO.
But you know what?
KO fight.
Exactly. I feel like he's really focusing on that gimmick right now.
Yeah.
Because wrestling is hot. Yeah. And when I say wrestling, I mean to say legit. Let's get in there. Let's mix it up. Let's have a good one-on-one. Because AEW is presenting wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got guys, Seth Rollins, KO, Sami Zayn, guys who can, Gunther, guys who can wrestle getting featured because that's what they do. They wrestle.
How about the resurgence of my man? The King of Strong Style.
Yo, listen, bro.
They're starting to give him some play, man.
Because they know that their competition is wrestling. Now, it's not even just AEW. You're talking about New Japan.
Yeah.
Okay? GCW's been doing their thing. NWA is still alive and kicking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
TNA.
Impact. Yeah, Impact is making it happen. So everybody wants to see wrestling. I think wrestling is hot because, and this is because of the MMA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anything physical where two guys are just getting in there and mixing it up, people are going to watch.
I think wrestling is more believable than sports entertainment.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So when you've got a guy like Gunther who gets in there and just clubs you to death, and then there's a suplex battle and those kind of things, that is way more presentable than talking 90% of the time, and then your 5 moves of doom and you take it to the house.
Facts.
You know, when you've got guys that can do 540s and things like that, as opposed to a guy who's never seen the top rope, not even to get into the ring. The only time they see the top rope is when somebody's throwing them out over it in a battle royal.
Yeah, let's go.
So it's cool to see the ability level increase, but them using it in a better way where it's just not high spot.
Yeah, man. I feel like there's way too many high spots going on to the point where now it really takes away from the match. And I agree with the old veterans in that, where it's like, dude, the only critique I would have had about Kevin Owens and Gunther is, was it their match? I believe it was their match. They had so many false finishes. There was a lot of like, oh my gosh. I mean, like, they killed each other.
Yeah.
And then you're like, huh.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. So, let's talk about NXT last night.
NXT last night? Okay, let's go.
So, stream plug, if you're still on, here's going to be one of my returns that I really appreciated. Baron Corbin, free agent, is back in NXT.
I saw a little bit of little bit of something about Baron Corbin come back.
So there has been I don't want to call it an exodus because that's not the appropriate term.
Yeah.
Let's call it revisitation to NXT. So you now have Baron Corbin, Dana Brooke, and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Are all showing their face
as
free agents in NXT. They're bouncing from show to show, which is great because Baron's still wrestling on Monday Night Raw.
Nice.
But he's come back and he gave a monologue and he said, I'm here because you guys suck.
Dang.
He said, I wasn't responsible for the last draft class and they're all doing terrible on the main roster.
Dang.
So I'm here to make sure that the next draft class passes through me in order to be called up.
Dang. Wow.
And he said, you guys are in here entitled like you're owed something. I built this. He was one of the original guys of NXT.
Oh no, legit. The Lone Wolf.
Oh, that was one of the greatest characters, and I can't fathom. Again, it's I don't understand why they take these characters that are over and change them when they get to the main
I
roster.
can't. You know what the funny thing is? Just saying Lone Wolf, I'm like, I don't even picture him as the same guy as Happy Corbin.
No, it was so dumb. You took a monster and neutered him.
Facts, dude. Still today, that Deep Six is one of my all-time favorite moves.
Boom.
That Deep Six, bro.
Swings him back and
dude.
Then, boom.
But when he gets to that rotation.
Oh, you should have seen the one he did last night. My man's legs were all the way over here, and then when he spiked them, they were all the way straight up.
Bow! You on in the days.
Yeah, in the days.
In the days. No, I'm talking about the Deep Six.
Oh, yeah, he did that one, too.
The spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. I mean, that and the Blue Thunder Bomb. I mean, come on, man. Ain't nothing better when you spin like that.
But you got to look at the guys that originally came out of NXT. You got him, you got Shinsuke, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Look at what they're doing now. Where's all the guys like Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, who were putting on the Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano feud in NXT was some of the greatest work ever.
Facts.
I don't even know how to begin to explain how great that was.
So, you know what? I think it needs to happen, honestly. I think that there needs to be another title. Whether it's bringing back the Cruiserweight title or the television title. I really believe that those guys need to shine on their own and have that level where wrestling is prioritized and they can just go out and do their thing. Like,
I hated when they did the 405 thing and they tried
to you know what, dude? I pleasantly forgot about that.
I know. And I tried to, but you just made me think
about it. Yeah, 205 Live was like
and I
stupid name.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit when I thought about it because that's how terrible it was.
Stupid name.
But it's just like so many guys that built their characters in NXT from nothing. They stick random people together and they just build this body of work that is just phenomenal. And then they get them up to the main roster and they just don't do anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I was at live Monday Night Raw when Enzo and Cass debuted.
Yeah.
And that was the loudest pop of the night. Bar none. Anybody else that came out did not matter. When that music hit and everybody knew it was Enzo and Cass was coming, I swear the roof of the building went poof. Because that pop was so loud.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Baron's talking about. Like, you guys aren't developing your characters. You're not spending time on it. He even said it. You're sitting in the back looking at your phone and instead of trying to figure out how you can make yourself be more believable. I mean, Braun is doing a good job.
Yeah.
I like his heel turn. I think it was great.
Facts.
I think it was a great move for him. He's done all he's going to do as a face in NXT. I think he's got some good work. In fact, I think the next feud is going to be him and Ilya Dragunov because he assaulted him in the back and didn't really say what he did. And Dragunov was supposed to fight Baron Corbin, but he got hurt, so he couldn't fight him. So that was something I really appreciated was Baron Corbin coming back to say, okay, let's make this better. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna be the gatekeeper now.
Yeah.
You want to be good, you got to get through me.
Facts.
I'm one of the original dogs. This is my yard.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm with it.
I let you run around for a little while, but now you're gonna pay the tax.
I'm with it.
So I like that. I don't really know, like, I didn't understand the return, and I don't even know her name. That's how unimpressive it was. They had a great build-up for a while. They had this mysterious girl.
Yeah.
In all black face.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, jumping everybody.
Everybody and beating them up. And I guess it was some girl from when they had the NXT Europe. or UK, whatever it was. It was a girl from over there. That's the Chris Statlander thing.
Yeah.
The
Not Tegan Knox, right?
No.
Okay.
The announcers were really excited about her return.
But you know what though? That's another issue that comes up all the time. Is announcers try to insult us and make us feel like something is super hot and super over, and you're like, especially Tony Schiavone's the worst offender at that. Oh my gosh! You're like, dude, come on, man. You were told to say that, bro.
He's trying to be JJ.
Yeah, for real. For real. Yeah, come on. You were told to say that. No.
So I'm glad you brought up the word announcer, because there was something that I saw today on the interwebs that was like,
Oh.
So Ricochet is dating the girl who does the ring announcing.
Ah, yes.
He used to date, I can't remember which one it was. It was either
not JoJo.
No. It's the new girls that came up from NXT, the tag team, Katana
Chance, and then
Caden Carter.
Caden Carter, yeah.
It was one of those. I can't remember which one it was. And they're trying to make this backstory about, they showed like his face when she lost and he was all sad.
Yeah. I did see that. It cut straight to him.
I was like, why?
Yo, how do you not use Ricochet? How do you not utilize a talent like Ricochet?
So
how?
I don't know what happened, because I quit watching wrestling for a while because it was garbage. The only thing that I thought was good was NXT. And I quit watching, so I don't know what happened to Velveteen Dream. I think he got in trouble for harassment or something.
Sadly.
Stupid. Okay, whatever. Don't ruin your career by being stupid. Don't do that, period. It's not good look. But when he said on the mic, I can do anything that you can do better, and Ricochet was in the ring and runs and front flips over the ropes and lands in front of him and says, show me.
Ooh.
Like, and that look that you have on your face, that's the look that Velveteen Dream had. He was like,
yeah, what
do I do? Yeah, like, how do you not use this guy? So that he was the one I was talking about earlier. When you got a guy that can do a 540 off the top rope, what are you doing?
Well, bro, not to mention, Ricochet was so over in Lucha Underground, in a mask, mind you, and we all thought he was Mexican.
And we thought he was the Leo Rush for a while.
Yeah, dude, he was just so awesome as Prince Puma in Lucha Underground. You're like, bro, you're not a luchador? And they come to find out, dude, it's just that amazing that he can transition into a character like that. There's no reason why he couldn't do a program with any luchador.
Yeah.
There's no reason why. I mean, and here's the bottom line. WWE has never used high flyers well. The only high flyer that they booked well was Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah, I mean, even, when Eddie was talking about NWCW, when he staged, like the LWO, because they just weren't getting used. I feel like that's where these characters are at now.
Yeah.
And I mentioned, we talked about this before, is you have these guys now that are outliers that aren't in a faction. So what do you do with them? Because everything is faction. So now what do you make the Island of Misfit Toys, and you make all of them a faction of
Job Squad?
Remember the Misfits?
Yes.
They had that big freaking giant Murasan or whatever his name was.
Oh, yes.
And like, is that what you do with all these people who aren't in a faction now? Do you create a faction for them?
Yo, speaking of WWE 2K23, My Faction mode, you can actually create your own faction, okay? And so I'm in the process of trying to build my faction. the crazy thing is you have to buy character packs and you get a mixed bag. So you can't just make whatever faction you want. You get a mixed bag and you have to kind of work with the characters they give you, which is interesting. But I got an idea for a faction, and we're going to be showcasing that in the near future.
Yeah, so pay attention to Twitch because we are going to be gaming on Twitch. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to buy that and start working on it, but I'm more of a COD player. I will be on there playing COD quite often.
Facts. Yeah.
It's just one of my favorite games.
Yeah, we're not going to limit our platform to wrestling and wrestling commentary. We're going to be doing commentary on video games, doing some streaming, absolutely. AEW Fight Forever is coming out very soon. I will be copping that and giving you our impressions on AEW Fight Forever. Now, little known fact, only true wrestling and wrestling video game fans know this, okay? I got excited because, number one, I saw the Matt Hardy reveal trailer on YouTube. You can play as Broken Matt Hardy or, of course, just classic Matt Hardy.
Is this on AEW?
AEW.
Okay.
Now, having said that, I saw a picture of the cover, and I literally lost my breath.
Cody's on there.
No. Is he on there?
I think so.
Really? Interesting. The game is developed by none other than Yuke's and THQ.
Yeah, you got me.
Now, what's so exciting about that is those were the partnership who developed the best wrestling games ever on N64.
Okay.
Yuke's and THQ partnered up to make WWE, No Mercy, WCW.
Wait a second. Because I'll be honest, I never played those games.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a button masher.
Yeah.
And I don't do well with having to hit a bunch of things to get stuff done. So this is going to be a new venture for me. That's why I like FPS. It's, is that the game that had that, Tyler Breeze and Xavier Woods
were
doing
farther back. Oh, no. I feel you.
When they were doing the My GM mode where they were creating their own Raw and
farther back
cards. So it's
farther back.
Okay.
You're talking like Attitude Era. This was WWF No Mercy.
Okay.
You had WCW. I'm gonna forget the title of that one because they had I forget the title of the WCW game. But it started with that game because you had like a sick creative player. You could redesign outfits on wrestlers.
Okay.
The moves were great. It was revolutionary because you got involved in the storylines. It was just a great game. You could create entrances.
Okay.
It started all of that creative player stuff. Ukes and THQ did all of that. You could design all your own custom move sets. I had a character back in the day that had that nasty Scott Norton powerbomb, and the animations were sick. If you threw a guy and the way he would fold, you'd be like, ah! You power bounce the guy, he lands on his neck and folds over, and the movement looks so real that you're like, oh my gosh. And they got all these moves out of Japan. It was phenomenal. So I'm excited for AEW Fight Forever for that reason. The developers know what they're doing.
Okay. And I'm excited for it too, just because it's a new avenue.
Mm.
Now, console, PC. I do play with a controller though.
You got to, brother. You got to.
And I got paddles.
You got to. So let me ask you this, man.
Okay.
Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Yes and no.
How so?
I thought it was a well-fought match.
Yeah.
I wish, and Damian Priest even said it, like, what are you doing here?
Bro.
Like, why? It didn't need him.
Didn't need Balor, but you know what's going on.
I do. I know he's trying to come back and take it because Seth took his belt and Seth hurt him, and I get that. And I really, really get that. However, they're not going to, I should say, I hope they don't put the strap on him.
Oh.
And say that because I like the trajectory of Rollins versus Reigns.
I love that.
And I'm looking long game here. I'm wanting to see the steady build into Rollins versus Reigns. The thing that throws a monkey wrench on in all of that plans is Cody Rhodes. Because where does Cody Rhodes fit in that? Because if Cody beats Roman, then Seth versus Roman isn't really as hot. And if Seth beats Roman, then Cody versus Roman isn't really as hot.
You're right. They got to keep that separate. They got to keep that separate.
So,
they really do.
But I like the trajectory of the Shield. You have Moxley in AEW, who's a top guy, and now you have Seth and Roman as top guys.
Which just goes to show that putting them together from the start was money.
Oh, that was genius.
Money.
It was genius. And it gave Seth time to develop because wrestling-wise and ability-wise, he was far beyond the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Moxley was better on the stick at the beginning and had a better character. And Roman was lagging behind all of them. The only thing he was a legit... He was like a Batista. He was the muscle of the group.
Facts. Now, I will say this, man. And I will ask you this because it's probably been a couple of years, but Stone Cold Steve Austin made a great point that has always challenged me about Seth Rollins. Stone Cold, back in the day, he said, I really don't get who Seth Rollins is or what he is. And he said, putting freaking in his name doesn't really give a character meaning.
Mm-mm.
So, to that, what do you say? I mean, is Seth Rollins better fleshed out as a character now than he was? Or is it the same?
Oh, yeah. I think 100%. I think he's had time to develop. I mean, number one, he's got the best laugh in the business.
Legit.
When he looks at you, he goes, ha 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 ha!
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it laugh.
And he's gotten exponentially better on the mic.
Legit. But does he have a character?
He does. He's that enigma. Now I hate to use that word because that was Jeff Hardy's.
Yeah.
But in a sense, he is an enigma. He's just that weird guy that dresses weird. I don't know. I'm trying to.
But you feel me? The fact that we're kind of trying to figure it out and say, well, yeah, he is this, but I just really can't put my finger on it. I feel like that's what's missing from Seth Rollins. Like,
okay,
burn it down. Okay, is he the burning man? You know what I'm saying? Is Seth Rollins like this anti-authority guy? Is Seth Rollins, super drippy and coming out in all the finest clothes? Is he the visionary? Is he the architect? He's had these labels, but I feel like nothing's really stuck and made sense. The architect probably the best thing he had going as far as a gimmick. Monday Night Messiah, that was clear. Okay, that was a character. That made sense. But I think he's trying to combine everything, like embrace the vision, and then he's trying to be like, well, I'm just this crazy visionary architect kind of orchestrator, maestro. I don't know. I just don't know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's just kind of like,
really is.
And nowadays characters really don't matter like they used to. But I'm just like, for Seth Rollins, I feel like that's always been kind of a sticking point. Like, you know what? If Seth could really just wrap around, like, okay, this is Seth Rollins, I think we'll take it to the next level.
All the great ones have that defining thing that they are.
Exactly.
I mean, The Rock, when he became the heel the first time, is what set him off.
Yeah. I mean, he became The Rock.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's nothing that is like, oh, that's Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins is like an amoeba. He just kind of like into whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's no like defining walls. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so I want to see that out of Seth, definitely. So Seth versus Finn Balor, you say Finn Balor should not go over.
No.
Dang, man. You know what? The only reason I want to see Finn go over, And maybe not against Seth Rollins. I just think the Judgment Day needs more than Mommy's gold. I feel like Intercontinental gold, if Finn would go over on Gunther, I wouldn't be mad.
Who's going to beat Gunther?
I would be mad if Finn Balor beat Gunther. Obviously, if he played dirty, but you got a Judgment Day on his side. If Mommy...
What about Imperium?
I like Imperium. I think Imperium should be tag team champions, honestly. 100%. I think Imperium should have... Now, not undisputed, but if they're Raw tag team champions, I don't think that's a bad thing. Legit.
Who are you and what have you done with my friend?
Fair. I believe, because here's the thing. If you have this monster faction, which, we're trying to establish legitimacy in factions, and Gunther is the monster heel, then I think his guys playing that, the patriotism thing, we're better than you, we're elite athletes, we're, Eastern European, that's been done to death. But I think that they're doing a new cool spin on it. They should have gold just to rub it in your face.
So you're saying that it should be like Undisputed Era?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legit.
I can I can swallow that.
I'm just saying.
I can
not undisputed tag team champs, but yeah, Raw tag team champs.
Not like I can't swallow much. I mean, you see the size of it. But I can get behind that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'll go along with that. I can see them as tag team.
So you
not
mentioned
undisputed, but I can see them as tag team.
Legit. So you mentioned Dana Brooke.
She did come. She was one of the ones that came back to NXT. She competed in the Women's Battle Royal.
Okay.
For the next person to fight against Tiffany Stratton.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I forgot her name there for a second.
Yeah.
It's Tiffy time.
It's Tiffy time.
Seen her in live, and she's every bit as good as they make her look on TV. She's a phenomenal athlete. She plays the part well. Dana Brooke came out as a return to NXT. Trimmed down, not as muscular, looking a lot more feminine than she used to. And was in the final 3. So it was a great spot. I saw it coming a mile away. There were a couple points in the match where people left the ring to fight outside the ring. And I really like Tia Hale. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because the just energy. She's just like a Tasmanian devil all the time. And I can't be that way. Like, I would have to sleep for a week just to act like her for a day. So I appreciate that character. She does it very well. Even live, like I've seen her live this far, and she's like that all the time. Like, she does not stop moving. Wow. As long as she is in front of the audience, she does not stop moving.
Wow.
Story writing, okay? We've talked about this. So, I don't know what happened to Mr. Chase, why he's not in charge of Chase U. I think he got hurt or something. He's taking a break, whatever, because I
feel like there was some allegations there. I don't know how true it is, but I feel like there was some issues in the news.
Okay. I apologize. I don't know what happened. What I do know is he put the big, gosh, and I can't even think of his name, but the guy that was second to him that always came out with him and Tia, he's in charge of Chase U now. In an attempt to seem like he was overworked as the head of Chase U and grading papers and things, he invited Drew Gulak and his crony to teach Chase U how to wrestle and fight. And the first thing they did was pretty much dog cuss Tia and made her cry, and she left. And so the next week, they show her, and she's coming out, and she's fired up. She's like, I'm gonna smash, and he's like, what are you talking about? That's not you. She's like, yeah, but I've been fine with Mr. Drew, and that's what they told me, and you just got to give it back to him.
Yeah.
You know, and like, she's like, I'm going to smash somebody. And so, like, he's like, okay. And she's like, you believe I can win, don't you? And he's like, yeah. Okay. And so she goes in the ring, and something happens, and she falls out, and she does the disappearing thing. And so you don't see her. And this was early. So she was hiding under the ring for most of the match because she got hurt outside the ring. Well, it came down to the last two, and gosh, I don't know why it slipped my mind, but it was Dana Brooke and someone else. And was it Cora Jade? I think it was Cora Jade.
Huh.
And they were fighting, and Tia Hale came in the ring and threw both of them out.
Wow.
They were like tangled on the ropes, and she flipped both of them out.
Oh, no.
And so, like, she won, and all of Chase U came out of the stands and
That's awesome.
lifted her up and was carrying her around.
That's awesome.
But one of the things that really I just really appreciated is she jumped up when she first came out from underneath the ring. You see the little blonde hair pop up above the edge of the ring, and then you kind of see like the head creep up, and she like jumps up on the ring and she Ultimate Warriors the ropes.
Yeah.
She's like, ah! And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So like just the time to build that story is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Like they're taking time and they're not rushing the storylines. Now there's another storyline that's going on in NXT is the Don. Someone ratted on the Don and he's in prison.
Oh, snap.
So the underboss, his guy, is trying to figure out who it is. And there's been speculation of who and what going on, but now he's got to create a faction because they think it's Gallus who are the tag team champions.
Yeah.
So he needs help because he's won their 3.
Ah.
So he's got to find a tag team to help him.
Ah.
There's just a lot. There's a lot of intriguing storylines that they're taking time to build.
That's what it's all about, man.
The Wes Lee, who's the longest running North American champion, and if it sounds like I'm more interested in NXT, because I really like NXT. One, because I get to see him once every other month live.
Yeah.
So I'm a little more invested in it.
That makes sense. Absolutely.
They're taking time to build these storylines. So Wes Lee and Mustafa Ali came down to protect him. So now he's teamed up with Tyler Bates and Wes Lee, and they're taking on Schism.
Ah.
Because Schism has been trying to break them two apart, being Tyler Bates and Wes Lee as being buddies.
Yeah.
And sowing discord into that relationship, trying to, again, break them up and turn them against each other so that eventually Gates can come in and take the title.
Ah.
But that's where Mustafa Ali came in, is he came in and broke up the fight and kicked them out. So
yeah.
It's just like they're taking time to build stuff, and it's paying off, man. Like,
yes,
it's a lot better product than it has been in the past. And I don't know if it's because Vince is not there.
Yeah.
Because there's rumors that he still can make a phone call and change anything he wants.
Wow.
But I think that they're taking time. It almost seems like they have invested in some decent writers because the storylines are a lot better.
Oh, legit.
And I know I've seen that they've had people in there giving acting lessons and things like that, which is great because it helps with character development.
Absolutely.
I mean, these guys don't need help being athletes. They're all athletes from the beginning. If you think that you're an athlete, go try to be a professional wrestler and you'll be sucking wind.
Facts.
You just don't have the cardio right out of the gate that these guys have built, and it takes time to build that kind of cardio. So it's just it's pretty cool to see that they're taking time to build these storylines, And they're not looking 2 weeks into the future. They're looking months into the future.
Yes.
And that makes a better product for everyone involved.
100%. 100%. Well, brother, listen, it's getting past my bedtime. So, final thoughts, final remarks.
I'm just excited. I want to see. Dude, I can't wait till Friday. I can't wait till Friday because I gotta know what Jay does.
Yo, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, man, I'm really excited for SmackDown. Just some great talent out there, man. I'm really excited to see what's going to unfold with Cody and Brock.
I think that's done.
Really?
Yeah, Brock's part-time, man.
I feel like Brock's going to probably come back, even if it's around SummerSlam, just to stir things up.
But I think that's why they introduced Dom, because now it's a storyline between Cody and Dom.
Yeah.
You have a hot heel and a hot face, and you can book that for weeks.
Absolutely. I agree. So, that I'm really curious to see what we're going to see more out of this more aggressive Matt Riddle.
Okay.
That's really interesting because Matt Riddle just went off on Imperium in the back. And he tweeted out saying, hey, I'm tired of taking everybody's mess. It's time to get it in. I'll meet you in the street.
He's a legit MMA fighter.
Exactly.
Real talk, he could probably really beat most of the people that he's in the ring with.
Bro, he can bang. He can bang now. So I'm with it. I'm very excited to see that. Man, just excited to see some great storylines. AEW Collision coming out soon. CM Punk's returning. That should be really, really good and controversial. And it's just, we've been saying it probably for the past 2 years now. It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan.
It's getting a lot better for sure.
Yes. So
I'm like excited to watch wrestling.
Yes.
Dude, I took quite a few years off because it was trash.
You and me both, bro. You and me both. I kind of,
and that's how we've been friends for almost 5 years now.
Facts.
And that's how we became friends, was over wrestling.
Facts.
And both of us took time off because it was just garbage.
And yet, just didn't have that same love, man. But now, whoo, it's popping, y'all. It's popping.
Yep.
All right, so you tuned in to Heavyweight Commentary. Make sure that you share. Do all the stuff. You know the deal. Whether you like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell your grandmother. Whatever you got to do, man.
Please.
Play it in the car, okay? Don't wreck the car when you're
Listen
playing
to
live.
it. Don't try to watch it. We ain't doing nothing special. We just talking.
I'm saying, fam. But, show the love to the channel. Hey, thanks so much. God bless.
All glory to God.
All glory to God. Amen. He's the one. Yeah. All right? So, love y'all. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time on the Heavyweight Commentary.
Thanks for the donation, Mike.